clean 15-0 in the East. The beasts of the East slay the West. They are your CRL national champion.
Is Tristn just the key to all of this renaissance? Like,
he's definitely a huge part. After we added him, we knew we were going to be pretty unstoppable.
I have never seen him compete in a 1v1, but I've seen him compete in every other game mode, basically. And he was nothing short of great.
Good luck. I'm probably going to flip percent on you.
He does not stand a chance. That man is a threes player at heart. I'm going to make you wish you never agreed to the event. You're not going to come back after I verse you.
Having the ability to solo play out of nothing, being able to play as fast as can with confidence and sometimes arrogance. It took a lot of time being able to have that confidence and play.
He just has no business challenging me to a ones match. Like, this is my arena. It doesn't make any sense, yo. But hey, you know, I guess we gotta put him in his place.
Probably gonna troll him and bump and demo, steal his boost, try to be a menace.
I haven't played in a ones event in so long, so this is definitely gonna be an interesting event. Even if I did have a game plan, why would I tell y'all? Like, Tristn could literally be lurking in chat and he could be writing down the as I'm talking. Like, come on now. He'll know it before the match and then I'm screwed, you know?
First game for me is probably gonna be more of a settle in type, and then get rid of the maybe nerves. I'm not sure if I would be nervous, but
you can bring Tristn, you can bring Wonder Mike, you can bring any mechanical player that you want to.
I think I'm gonna have to come in prepared. He's a proven ones player, really good. Yeah, I think my overall game plan is to sort of be as aggressive as possible. Probably feeling out how Sharif is playing, probably going for solo plays, and if I'm not capitalizing on that, then playing a little bit more safe and more of a calculated approach.
Now that I'm on the grind and I actually have the time to really grind the game, it's over. It's over. I'm also going to take your spot on E United and T with money.
I know a little bit about each contestant. I do know the most about Tristn, but I do think that he's got it. I think that he can make it happen, and I think he's a very, very good player. Like I said, I've played with him twice in Twitch Rivals, and he has done absolutely fantastic in every single game mode that he played in. And we got second place. Maybe I should have said first there, but we got second place out of many pros and many content creators. So I think he can do it.
All right, so Tristn versus Sharif. Two of us again. It's always been one person off, voting against the other two. So votes, we'll have to see. Am I gonna go 0-3 tonight, or are we just gonna everybody have a 1-2 situation or what have you? Who knows? But this one, I'm gonna say Sharif 4-1. That's a serious scoreline.
Wow, that's a bold prediction, Mustache. I'll give you one guarantee is that you're not gonna have a voice tomorrow, but
no,
that is for sure here. But this matchup, I don't know, because I've seen, again, we've seen both sides of the coin. We've seen the mechanics of Tristn, and we've seen, we love to watch chat. Some people say Tristn, too mechanical. Sharif can't handle it. Maybe a little bit too fast, too methodical. Versus, the flip side of maybe Tristn kind of, didn't practice, walked into this event expecting to, just kind of waltz through Sharif and again, I love the fact that you brought up that tweet because, again, when you set a timeline for yourself and you set goals and almost that feeling of desperation when you want something like that, it's motivating. So we know Sharif's been grinding, we know he's been playing, and I look forward to seeing what he's capable of.
No doubt. I mean, when you have that type of determination, you're right. You're up against the wall. This is it. He's not going to devote any more time after this year to try to hit that pro threshold. Tristn, yes, he has been a pro, but now no longer there. And not to take it away from him, but he's not at that upper echelon. And again, I don't want to degrade his skill level or what he has achieved, but you know, that can be demoralizing for players. We know how mental Rocket League can be. And so when you have somebody so determined versus somebody who has been there and maybe saying, I've got to focus on other stuff, that can be the determining factor right there. Yes, Tristn has the mechanics. Yes, he has the wherewithal. Does Sharif not? I just can't agree with chat out there.
Yeah, we are going to find out. Again, this is a best of 5 series. This in the SSL Division will always be the best of 5 setups here, and we'll see what they have in store for us here. As I believe Sharif's having a little bit of game issues on the back end, so we'll hit it with the old Rocket League restart, see if that's fixing the problem here. But it'll give us one more chance here to really kind of nail home the point. Mustache here is, I think Sharif has to come out and understand, yes, he talked a lot, yes, he's confident, but you have to respect who's on the other side.
No doubt. I mean, you cannot go into this game thinking this is an easy win. It's not going to be for either player. I mean, Tristn could easily come out and win this thing, but neither of them can say, oh, Sharif is easy, this will just be a 3-0 sweep, or vice versa. I mean, yeah, you can have that confidence to be a morale booster, but nowhere can you actually think that this is going to be an easy sweep. This will be a battle of juggernauts.
Indeed it will be. So, both players finally back in the party. I think everyone's game is good and set to go. So again, Neo Tokyo has been the site of all of the action for tonight, and that will not change moving into our final series of the night. It has been a long event here, but we've had a blast, and this is the moment that you've really all been waiting for as far as URLCs go. This is the URLC 3 main event of tonight. SSL Division, best of 5. Sharif versus Tristn. Here we go.
Best of 5 series main event. That's what URLC was made for. And Tristn off of that side. Well, let's see these mechanics that everybody has been touting about him. And Sharif is going to be able to come off that back wall, get a play. But now he's got to try and get this past the defense and goes for the bump. Not going to be able to connect. Tristn has the breakaway out of the corner, picks up mid, picks up the corner. Sharif able to pick up the block.
If Sharif had found that first bump goal there, I think that would have put his confidence through the roof. How about this for confidence as it's the flip reset into the back of the net. The shot is beautiful.
Great control, gets a perfect flip reset. Almost going for the second, but doesn't need to. Tristn was just waiting to see how it was all going to play out, and perfect placement to come out from Sharif. First goal on the board, only 30 seconds in. We've got a lot of Rocket League to go in this best of 5.
Big pop here. Reset again. Thinking of the bump, and he almost, actually, I believe he caught a piece of Tristn there, but not enough to knock him off of this one. Tristn now trying to hit back. Good dribble. 45 flick turned aside by Sharif, and the defense stands tall as it's called into action for the first time in this contest. This is an awkward situation, and Tristn will take advantage. Sharif just didn't quite recover the way he wanted to.
No, and didn't quite really get the clear he wanted to. If that went off his nose, he probably would have been able to put it in the corner. Unfortunately, it goes off of his roof and just really sets up for Tristn. Tristn easily putting that one in, getting us all tied up.
Sharif now trying to respond. Flip resets have been hitting. That's a double, but the shot will not be on. And the early mechanics here of Sharif have looked very, very good, which is, again, some of chat thought that Tristn might have that mechanical advantage, but Not quite thus far, as that's a good ceiling reconnect, but the bump was enough. Sharif will take possession, and Mustache, we know how dangerous, you know how dangerous those Dominus flicks can be because you play in one, and Sharif bottom left for goal 2.
And that's just a great recovery to come out. You know, he's able to put that one off to the behind Tristn rather than in front. And a good shot placement. You're right. Those Dominus flicks are dangerous. Of course, I haven't quite perfected them as much as Sharif or any other Dominus main who actually, you know, can play the card to its full potential. But it still goes to show what the different car hitboxes can do, and Sharif able to take that from all the way from his corner to the far left side of the net, and Sharif with the 2-goal lead.
Wow, the mechanics continue to impress. Mustaches. Yeah, this is a very rare sentence, but Tristn looking a little bit frazzled here. He's really having trouble reading what Sharif's going for and getting up to contest some of these shots on net.
And you know, I agree to an extent with being frazzled, but he does have about 3 minutes he can regain. Oh, but that one's going to be unfortunate, and that is something that is going to frazzle Tristn when you try to get those recoveries and you just miss the ball wide open net for Sharif. That is unfortunate, and that is something that can start tilting a player.
Sharif will take full advantage, and now 2 minutes and 4 seconds gone by. Sharif in full control. Still a world of game left here in game number 1. Again, we're playing a best of 5 here. Sharif up, a reset. Tristn early contest, but a great 50. Sharif able to get his car vertical there, get all of that Dominus in front of the 50, and he'll put it away.
Good shot placement, good 50, just all around perfect Rocket League to come out from Sharif, knowing how he needs to attack that ball. 4-goal lead, and we are still not even to the halfway point.
Sharif off kickoff. We'll have to backtrack a little bit here. Tristn going to force the issue. Tristn really forcing the issue, and a great recovery by Sharif. He can't quite get enough of it. It's looked ever so impressive here as Sharif going to try to dump it back. This is a big opportunity for him to add number 6 as we've crossed under the halfway point, but Tristn will be in front of this one. Tristn just being ultra aggressive right now as he's trying to switch up play styles here. That's a mistake from Sharif, and Tristn will take advantage. He's got goal number 2.
That's definitely going to be a momentum booster for himself. He's going to need more of those, and good catch from Tristn. Put that one down. 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time for Tristn to turn this one around. But an even better kickoff to come out from Sharif.
This is a good opportunity for Sharif to really have some space, but that's a big pop, and he's gonna have to work on settling it first. The shot turned aside by Tristn. Sharif, 12 boost and a redirect, but Tristn will be able to climb back and grab this one. Sharif still deadly in front, and another good 50 from Tristn. His 50 is really starting to come to life, but the question is, will it be too little too late? One's played to the side. Sharif now on low boost. He's got just 12, and Tristn knows it. Tristn knew it all the way, and he'll get the follow-up touch off the ceiling, and that's a beautiful shot. And wow, this deficit now just 2.
He's definitely chipping away at it, and I was curious if Sharif was going to be able to get to that ball before Tristn was, and just good play to come out from Tristn, able to come off that ceiling, make sure he's got the boost to get down to that ball before Sharif could be able to get to it. And within 2, a minute 20 left in regulation, still doable for Tristn to not only tie it up, but potentially take the lead.
Sharif got a really good 50 here as he'll force Tristn all the way back, knock it into his own corner, and then repossess. Big flick incoming, and the follow-up turned aside by Sharif. That's an unfortunate fall for him as that waterfall straight down Tristn. Shot opportunity, delayed flick, but Sharif stands tall. Open net opportunity, and the lead will be doubled here, 6-3. What a defensive stand from Sharif.
That was a fantastic defensive stand to be able to not only get that block, because I really thought Tristn was going to be able to pop that up over Sharif, but then he was able to get that breakaway, have enough boost to really launch that down the center of the pitch. Perfect play from him. And that lead back to 3. Tristn, though, going to try and see what he can do, see if he can drop it down, and he's able to get it back within 2.
Back within 2. This is a good little pickup for Tristn here. Sharif just let that one get a little bit too far away from him and then awkwardly caught on the post. As now Sharif will have to try to avoid throwing this lead, and Tristn going to do his best to claw his way back in here. Big bump off. He will get the boost, and now with a collision there, Sharif going to come out the better as Tristn ended up spiraling off into the corner here. Tristn, big demo, will erase Sharif, Mustache, and that buys him a lot of space to work with.
Oh, but that might be just enough. Tristan's going to have to get this cleared out. In the demos, we want to see some more aggressiveness from both players, really. The flip reset coming out. Tristn did connect, but Sharif able to get the save. He's going to be able to pick up his corner. Not really able to get the aerial needed, but he's just got to waste time. Tristn could drop this down, have the shot. No, Sharif able to get the save. He's just going to let this go, and it's going to be a Sharif win for game number 1.
Game number 1 to Sharif there. It's quite the impressive performance, I would say, here from him. As he looked really, really confident. He didn't spend too much time on the defensive end. Definitely some things he'd want to clean up on the defensive end, and then you know, this was the danger that we talked about. Mustache's Tristn looked a little bit uncomfortable there, especially in the mid portion of that game.
I will definitely say it felt like a slower start for Tristn. He really started to pick it up towards the second half, and that could be dangerous for Sharif. Remember, you know, if you're a Sharif fan, Tristn getting warmed up could be a tall, you know, order to try to take down. So you really got to make sure that if you are Sharif, that you're able to keep your composure and really the accuracy that you've got. 6 goals, 9 shots. He's definitely very accurate. Keep that up to make sure that Tristn doesn't, you know, diminish those leads that you may or may not have.
So moving into game number 2, I mean, Sharif here could really take control of this series and move to a match point scenario, while Tristn obviously going to want to respond here, turn this effectively into a best of 3, but Sharif right back down to the pitch. Tristn will follow. It's game number 2 from Neo Tokyo here, SSL Division URLC 3. And this one, I think is going to have a little bit of a different feel to it. I look for Tristn to get out with a hot start, Mustache, and really just never look back.
Yeah, I definitely expect him to come out a little bit with a little bit more aggression, a little bit more panache, if you will, and there might be the way to do it. Rightfully so, he puts the first one on the board. He's definitely going to want to turn this one into an even series.
Yeah, that one launched from distance there. Again, that's a really good pickup for Tristn. That's how he's going to have to get back in the series. He has to take advantage of the opportunity he's been given. He made the card change as well, Mustache. Dominus to counter a Dominus, and so far, so good.
Definitely noticing, oh, what a drop. And so far, that card change is working out perfectly. The long nose of the Dominus definitely helping him out and able to just get that angle the protractor needed to come out. Unbelievable shot, drop down.
Yeah, that is a beautiful drop down there. So again, Tristn looking like he might be, you know, I don't want to say you didn't take game 1 seriously, Mustache, but definitely more locked in for game number 2 than he was in game 1, as Sharif was forced to put that one high over to keep Tristn from finding the 50, and he wasn't able to make the adjustment, hadn't planned on making it. And speaking of adjustments, Tristn doesn't even need to get back to this one. He's put it straight into the net. It's 3-0.
And that's just so demoralizing for Sharif, where he had that beat and, you know, he just gets a second touch and bounces it off the backboard. He's not able to recover, and then Tristn turning around with a great transition to get that one on target. 3-goal lead in favor of Tristn. He's definitely turning this one around.
Sharif will have possession off the kickoff, though, as he's going to look to really get back in this series. Big pop, big bump incoming, but Sharif able to make, or excuse me, Tristn able to make the save. Sharif slow on the recovery. Tristn will elect to go for boost instead of taking that 50 near the corner. Now it's Tristn with time and space. Sharif off ceiling, doesn't find the touch, and Tristn, simple air correction for the ground pinch, and wow, Mustache 4 goals in almost under a minute.
Yeah, the mechanics are definitely coming out. Tristn holding that touch perfectly to make sure that Sharif doesn't have a challenge, and then he's able to get that ground pinch. So with now a little bit less than 4 minutes left in the game, I mean, that's a goal a minute for Sharif to even this up, and there's a potential goal right there. Tristn able to get the save, though. But it's opportunities like that that Sharif are going to have to connect with if he's going to want to try to put this game back in his favor.
Wow, and Tristn is being that menace. He's giving no space, and what a shot here. Again, look at the 50. Recorrects, jumps back on the wall, spirals back down to this one, and then 57 straight to the middle of the net. You know, Mustache, I'm not a big fan of chalking games up, especially when it's ones. But, I mean, if this continues, I mean, Tristn could put double digits on Sharif without even conceding.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what you want if you're a Sharif fan, especially in a long series that's like this. Like I said, Tristn warming up is a dangerous factor to deal with. And so with Sharif in the air, tries to go around Tristn, not able to do so. Tristn able to pick up the corner boost. Sharif having to pick up mid, but Tristn having the dominance flick off of the backboard, able to recover. Can Sharif put this on target? I think that will be enough, and that could be the momentum boost that Sharif might need.
What a shot there from Sharif as he gets just enough of it. I mean, look at Tristn. He's right next to it. He just can't quite build the speed he needed to get there. So, on the board goes Sharif. Only down by 4. We've seen it come back. We saw it in the prelims, in fact, of 5-0. Came back and finished 5-6. That was Derek and Vince way earlier tonight. Feels like a whole nother day. Was nearly 6 hours ago here on the URLC channel. Is Sharif gonna get a second one here? Make sure he takes his time and puts this one away. Mustache halfway home, and Sharif looking much better.
Oh, definitely. And maybe it's going to be the second half that Sharif kind of comes out strong. You know, the ones is such a long game mode because especially when you do have casters, you know, typically when you or I play ones, you score, you want to immediately fast forward through the replay. Well, these guys have to kind of bear through the replays just because, oh, and what a dunk coming out from Tristn. But bear through the replays because we're trying to explain what just happened. And so it is a long time that you are playing this out. But a good dunk to come out from Tristn to put the lead back into 4.
6-2. We find ourselves Tristn there again, kind of shutting down the comeback a little bit, letting us know that he can still score. He's going to add number 7 here. That's a mistake from Sharif. He let that one get way too far away from him on 0 boost, and well, that's what happens when you do that against Tristn. 7-2 dominant shot right there, 63 top corner. And still not even halfway home in game number 2, and well, you know, again, it looks like we're headed to a tied series. Plenty can happen here, but okay, Sharif gonna add goal number 3 and still trails by 4.
I mean, you've got to have a game. 4 goals, it's definitely doable. I mean, we saw 5 goals in what, the first minute and a half coming out from Tristn, so anything is possible, but you're gonna have to beat Tristn at his own game, really, with the mechanics because he's been so good, and that's one way to do it. Try to start boost starving him to the point where he cannot counter you.
Tristn let this one get a little bit far away. He gets faked out of this one, and wow, the recoveries. Tristn just too fast. Sharif doesn't get the corner boost, and so he'll be forced to pop this one all the way back to his own end. He missed his own corner, and so Tristn will look to make him pay for that. Maybe not, as Sharif will make it play.
And you know, you said he missed his own corner, but he had almost over 70 or 80 boost when he went to that corner, so he really didn't need to pick it up. Yeah, it would have been nice to steal it from Tristn, but rightfully so, he's able to regain control and get that flick over Tristn. Now within 3, definitely looking promising.
Yeah, that was a good little bait as well, because I don't know how much, if Tristn thought he had boost to begin with. Double flip reset from Sharif here. He's bumped off the ball. He got a flip reset off Tristn, and he'll get back to this one. Either that or he still had his second flip. Maybe that was the case. Yeah, he still had his second flip, uses that as momentum, and wow, down by 5, now down by just 2.
And still a minute 44 left. That's how quickly the tide can turn in ones. And we all definitely know, and if you are new to Rocket League or the game mode that is ones, nothing is guaranteed until you hit those final seconds. So now Sharif trying to get the dribble, goes from ground to air. He doesn't need to. Tristn able to come out with the squishy save. I thought Sharif was going to be able to get the bump.
Yeah, does the squishy to avoid the bump there. Sharif trying to get it in front, has to dodge a bump on the back end. It would have been a little back check action there from Sharif, coming from behind, wanted to just knock him into his own net instead of the ball. Oh my goodness, the power on this Musty.
76 miles an hour. That is unbelievable. He holds that flip, and that's why he is able to get that power coming off the ceiling. And maybe he connected with the flip reset. I'd almost have to go back and check again on that goal, but nevertheless, great shot, great accuracy to come out from Tristn.
76 feels very low for that. I was expecting about 90, maybe up near the mid 80s on that. That's probably one of the most impressive musties we've seen here, and might just be enough to seal the deal as Tristn trying to get it on his hood. Big flick, and well, if it wasn't sealed off the musty, it's sealed off of that. Tristn adds goal number 9, and we're headed to a level series, effectively to a best of 3.
Yeah, 45 seconds to get 4 goals. He'll be able to close down the lead, but I can't see him taking it. So you're right. I do feel this one's going to go to Tristn, and Sharif will just have to look at game number 3 and see how he can regain from it. Obviously, in best of 5s, game 2 are definitely the important ones to win. So Tristn building off some momentum that he can propel into game 3.
Flip reset musty again. Tristn just looking so impressive here. Again, you can chalk it up to be a garbage time goal, or Tristn just padding his stats here. But either way, I mean, that has to hurt Sharif, and it just reminds him who he's playing here. Is he'll be able to grab one back for the road. Is good 51 there. Sharif will put it away, but still trails by 4 with just 24 seconds left.
And you definitely want to get as many as possible. I mean, you don't want to just let this snowball away and say, okay, well, let him get 10, 12, 15 goals. You want to keep it close just so that you can know, hey, I can definitely score on him. Yeah, he was able to get a fantastic start to this particular game, but we can move on and see what we can do in game number 3, no matter who you are, whether you're Tristn or Sharif. And 11 goals now to Tristn, almost doubling what Sharif has been able to put up.
11-6, just 10 seconds left here in game number 2. And again, this is just a formality to finish this out for both of these guys here, as it's pretty clear, and has been really since the lead was built, that Tristn was going to be walking away with this win. And Sharif here just trying to somehow loop back around this one, drop it down. Tristn will let it hit the floor, and that will be the official end of game number 2. 11-6, the final score, despite a 67% kickoff advantage for iSharif there. He still comes up on the losing end, and I mean, that's got to hurt a little bit there. He had almost just as many shots, won almost double the kickoffs, and yet was doubled in the score category.
Yeah, just Tristn with that early lead really kind of set the pace and set the tone for this particular game. And it's been a tall order. Like I said, no one is going to win this in a sweep, and obviously we see that here and now. This is going to be a fight to the death. I said 4 games, more than likely probably going 5, and right now it is anybody's ballgame.
Mustache's worst nightmare right now is a game number 5, and I mean, I'd have to agree here. Unless Tristn wants to just sustain the way he just played, I would say we're going 5 here. I expect a good response from Sharif here in game 3. Back and forth contest nonetheless. And I mean, that's what we expect out of these two competitors. Both so confident, both at the pinnacle of this game. And again, I mean, that's what happens. Two Titans collide.
Right, and Sharif is going to have to build off that confidence that he has and say, hey, you know, one game got away from me. It is what it is, you know. Just regain and move on to the next one. And hopefully he can kind of close down those floodgates that opened there in game number 2 with Tristn starting off with some insane mechanical plays.
It'll be Sharif on the back wall here. It's a little awkward situation. Good 50 will allow him some breathing room. He's also going to be able to grab mid. Sharif, big pop, good adjustment. Sharif under Tristn, but it's just going to be off to the left side of the box. That's a hand away from Tristn, and he knows it. He'll just turn into a spinning top, and Sharif will put it into the back of the net. 1-0 lead here in game number 3.
And that's just good awareness to come out from Sharif to make sure that he gets the catch, able to hold on to the control and put it in the back of the net. So good early lead. I believe whomever has started the lead has pretty much won the game if you're a superstitious type. And Sharif with a nice flick to start off with yet another goal.
That was a great flick there from Sharif. Gets it just up. It's a tail flick, and Tristn, I wouldn't even say half a second, maybe an eighth of a second too slow. Can't quite reach that one, and we'll see if Sharif can build a big, massive lead early in a game and just run away with one.
Tristn might be able to get this one. Sharif just going with the shadow defense, and Tristn putting that one off a little bit off to the corner. He's got control here. He's going to go for the Doomsy, but Sharif able to cut it off early. Tristn, though, able to put the shot on, and yeah, Sharif just not going to be able to recover that in time.
That's a great shot there as Tristn, again, does a really good job to loop around. This one gets a lot of power and placement elite. Top bins, 50 miles an hour, and Tristn's on the board here in game number 3. Just a minute gone by. Again, another 50 where he'll be able to have some kind of possession. Tristn got a little overzealous there, and he will pay on the back end. Sharif able to put it away after dodging a flurry of demos.
It's a little bit of
good move.
A little bit of an overcommit, and then Sharif, you saw that little cut that actually stopped the momentum that Tristn had. You know, it's almost like you get underneath the opponent so that way their wheels can't connect, and you lose that momentum that you may or may not have had. And a perfect little challenge to make sure that he's able to get in the way of Tristn, and rightfully so, he does it again there.
Couple big bumps, but Tristn still staying on. Reset's good, and the shot is even better. Reset, good shot, great, just like that. 2-goal lead back down to 1 as the mechanics continue to be flurry and fruitful for both of these guys. And chat thought that maybe Sharif couldn't handle the mechanics of Tristn, and in game number 2 it looked like he couldn't, but so far in game 3, back and forth, both men having really, really good mechanics thus far.
Sharif might able to have the boost. He gets a good catch. Can he get the flick? He tries to bait him out, and oh, I thought he was going to be able to cut on that a little bit sooner, but I don't believe he had the boost. What a shot. Gotta pop it up. Tristn waiting on the ground and gets the flip reset to put that one in. The 2-goal lead back for Sharif.
Wow. What a shot here from Sharif. I mean, I thought he was going for a bump there. I think Tristn might have been on the same page as me. Yeah, you can see break his momentum a little bit there. He did not have him going for the flip reset. That is, wow, that's a great shot.
To the midfield, Sharif goes. He's got one flip reset, tries to go for another. No, he actually has to point his nose towards the ball to make sure he gets the challenge. Bumping Tristn off, but Tristn getting with a bounce off the backboard. Is that going to be enough power? It is. And I believe that should give him enough recovery to put in the back of the net. Tristn just stopped in the midfield knowing he's not going to be able to get back.
Yeah, Tristn missed corner. Tough break there. Sharif with a really great recovery there as he squishies out of net to keep his momentum. And 5-2. 5-2. A good score line for Sharif. They talked a big game, and at least in game 1 and for the majority right now of game number 3, he's been able to back it up. Has to leave mid boost for Tristn there. He'll get a big pop and start the collection of pads that he's going to need as Tristn, again, plenty of boost. Good beat from Sharif, but he's got nothing to follow it up with, and Tristn once again back in possession, back in control as this will be a good flick incoming. Oh, Sharif with a better read though. Tristn, I think, wanted the bump mustache and never quite found it.
Nope, and he's still got possession, so he's going to have to just take this on to his own half, or at least in the midfield. Sharif on the sidewall. It's going to put him in an awkward position. I don't believe he's going to get there in time. No, when Tristn saw Sharif on that sidewall, that was a goal for Tristn, no doubt.
Yep, he sees the positioning, knows he's got a lot of that net to work with, and even with it going crossbar down, Sharif can't quite reach it. I would say the only place that Sharif can save there is the top right corner. Everywhere else was an open target for Tristn.
A great kickoff from Sharif. He's able to put on target. Tristn, though, no boost, doesn't matter. He's able to get the save. You now see Tristn just pushing in heavy, but that's going to be a big breakaway for Sharif as he throws that one on target. And the 6th goal in for Sharif, 3-goal lead for himself.
That was a dangerous move there from Tristn, but it almost paid off. Sharif let it get a little bit too far away from him. Instead, Sharif able to capitalize on the opportunity. That's the risk reward that you play when you're in a game of ones, and Tristn mixing up the kickoff. Won this one big time, but he's bumped from behind by Sharif, and that will buy Sharif some breathing room. 24 to play with, won the 50 as well, and has Tristn driving backwards here. Time and the scoreline in favor of Sharif as he's, I don't know what he was looking for there, maybe a 180 flick mustache that got too far away from him.
I thought he was going to be able to like recover and almost pogo if I'm not mistaken. I mean, the way he was coming down underneath the ball, I thought he was going to try and pop it up with some part of the car. Not quite sure which one. But Tristn's going to get this transition, and that's going to be a goal for himself. 4-6, still in favor of Sharif.
And not quite sure what Sharif was looking for there. I mean, he had a beautiful air dribble setup. He got the reset, but the position he got it in left him with really nowhere to go with said reset. And so it yields no results. Tristn instead taking advantage of the open net, and he's got a little bit of hope here left in him as 1 minute remaining flashes up, which means this is the business end of game number 3. Sharif, big bump, didn't find the demo. Tristn hanging around, just waiting to see what Sharif's going to do with it, and then he'll track back out to mid. Oh, that's a big miss from Sharif, and now Tristn just gets to kind of watch this one float into the back of the net. He'll usher it along for time's sake, but we're back within 1.
Yeah, I was kind of curious on Sharif going up towards that sidewall. He boosted up towards the sidewall, maybe thinking that he was going to be able to beat Tristn in that ball, but that ball was pretty close, and it's, you know, easy for us to look from the outside in and say, you know, why would you do that? But when you get that depth perception of trying, as I say depth perception, it was Sharif, who's going to try and get that one in. This could be the tying goal if, what a clear to come out from Tristn. Sharif, though. Ooh, that was dangerous. I almost don't want to caster curse the potential final goal that might be for Tristn if he's able to get it in.
Oh, he's giving it his best shot, and he didn't get the reset. He's awkward, but so is Sharif. This was a little bit of mind games, and Sharif came out on the winning end, and all he's got to do is get it on the ground. This is, wow, Tristn trying to keep it up. Yeah, won't be able to there. He had to somehow keep that on the wall while getting mid-boost, and just didn't quite make the logistics of that work out. So Sharif will hang on to a game number 3 win, and it's been the tale of 2 stories there, Mustache. That didn't look anything like game number 2 for Tristn.
No, and then that was a very close matchup between the two of them. I mean, you see 6 goals, 11 shots come out from Sharif, 5 and 8. Again, the accuracy both there for both opponents. Kickoff advantages pretty close, neck and neck over the series stats, Sharif does come out with a little bit better on the kickoff advantage, but still, game 3 was definitely a more controlled pace to come out from Sharif.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more control there within himself. Not as, I wouldn't say as flashy with the mechanics. I mean, he had a couple brilliant goals there, but again, stayed within himself, really did a good job of making sure he played to his strengths, but also limiting a lot of what Tristn could do there. And you know, as we move now to game number 4, match point for Sharif here, it's, at least in the script, it's time for a big response from Tristn.
Oh, definitely. And you know, I could see it happen. Obviously, yes, I you know, wanted a 4-game series, but this is going to go back and forth. I mean, you know, Tristn's going to try some new tactic that maybe we haven't seen because he knows Sharif has figured out whatever worked in game number 2. And some of them have been able to get lucky breaks, lucky, you know, touches. Sharif switching cars, another great change right there, and Sharif coming in with a great 50, put the first one on the board.
Wow. So has the series lead, just won a game and still switched cars. And again, this isn't the placebo effect. I mean, this is a whole hitbox change. Now back to the Octane hitbox. You know, again, generally you see players mustache switch when they're losing, but not too often when they're winning and having success.
Now,
I'll stop questioning.
Maybe that's, instead of seeing Tristn do something different, it's Sharif doing something different. Maybe he wanted to see, you know, he notices that since Tristn is in a dominance, I'm going to switch back to an Octane because the turning radius is so much faster with the Octane.
Who knows, but either way, it is working here. We're just 20 seconds in, and Sharif will be up 3-0 here. Wow, 100% kickoff advantage, and I mean, he's made it play.
And we're only not even 30 seconds into the game. We've almost averaged 1 goal every 10 seconds to come out from Sharif, and Tristn definitely gonna need to turn this one around, but that's one way to do so. He gets the first one on the board for himself.
Fantastic goal number 1 there from from Tristn as he cuts into Sharif's lead. Well, we'll see what Tristn has in store. We know he's not going to go quietly into the night, and with well over half of this game left to play. I mean, mathematically, I think we're still have 9/10 of this game left to play, Mustache. I mean, we are just getting started here in game number 4.
Oh, indeed, and good pickup from Sharif there to hold on to the control, hold on to the possession. What can he do with it here? No, he does not go for a flip reset. He elects to go for a controlled pinch and able to come out with the challenge. I do not think, I was going to say, if he goes for a shot attempt, I don't know what protractor, what kind of geometry he knows, but that would have been a crazy attempt. He elected to go for the possession steal, and rightfully so, as Tristn's going to take up that corner boost. Not really able to hold on, but Sharif now going to have to go for a shadow.
Ooh. Bold catch there as he elected not even make the save. Tristn on 0 boost was able to use his momentum to find the demo, and 2 unanswered. We'll have him back in this contest early, just trailing by 1 now.
3:35 left in regulation. Plenty of time for either of these two parties to really try to solidify the win in their favor. Right now, Sharif currently leading the game and leading the series. Is he going to be able to end it here after game number 4? Or do we see a game 5 from these two powerhouses? Tristn with a great challenge, almost great recovery. Sharif should be able to get this save out. Oh, and might be a breakaway for Sharif.
Just short there. I thought he really had the opportunity. Now Tristn was staring an opportunity in the eyes, the physicality coming out. That's a big demo there, and Shot will not yield results. Sharif able to recover, get back in front, but Tristn dominating this portion of the game as he's up, feeling confident. Tristn 50, better 50 from Sharif. Good recovery. Tristn scrambling back. I don't think he's actually found any boost on the way back. He'll now grab that 100, which is huge for him. Now Tristn, again, Sharif just all over him, trying to give him no space. We'll back off now, and this is where the danger begins. 67 to work with over Sharif. Double incoming, but Tristn can't find the angle, and I know, Mustache, I know that's a tough shot, but for a player like Tristn, I mean, you'd have to think that he's capable of making that 9 out of 10 times.
Oh, definitely, and it was a close call for sure. But he's able to, Sharif coming out with the great defense and gets the breakaway, but not able to regain the control. He's going to try and come off of the ceiling, goes for the dunk and solidifies it. The 2-goal lead back for Sharif.
Wow, what a look here from Sharif. Ceiling back down and uses that flip. Poor Tristn has nowhere to play that ball. If he lets it go, it's in his net. If he 50s it, it's still in his net. And now, with just 2 minutes left, Sharif getting poised to close the door, but again, we know Tristn will not go quietly into the night.
No, but the flip resets out and a good challenge, and I'm noticing that Sharif is perfect with those flip resets into a challenge. He makes sure he sets himself up for a good attempt, and unfortunately, as I say that, not going to be able to get that one. That one's going to roll in, and he still has the lead, but Tristn is chipping away ever so slightly.
So Tristn takes advantage of the open net. 138 left here in game number 4. Tristn down to his last life. He's trailing by 1 here as series and game score in favor of Sharif. Good pop there as Tristn was being a little over-aggressive. Tristn still in an interesting situation. Good boost star from Sharif, but Tristn will put it out long. All you need is 12. Tristn left no doubt on that one. Got all of that ball.
Yeah, and I agree with Sharif to an extent. I mean, he's going to go for the boost steal because he doesn't want Tristn to go for it. Whereas Tristn says, look, I've got whatever I got in the tank, and I'm right on target. It was pretty far distance to go steal the boost, and that's the only reason why it's just unfortunate to kind of see, because it could, and that could be a goal. No, Sharif with the great save. He gets the breakaway. He's got the control. Is it going to be enough? It will be. Lead back in his favor.
That is a huge goal there for Sharif. As again, Tristn found one pad on the way back, and it wasn't quick enough to get the momentum rolling. So Sharif back in front. Here is his lead erased. We had a brand new game, and then just like that, he takes the lead right back. Just above the 1 minute mark. Sharif got mid. Tristn gonna have to go for corner, and that will be the downfall of goal number 6 because Sharif was ready for him to not be there.
Great recovery on that side. While he comes down, and Tristn, he has to go for that boost, and you just cannot cut fast enough, especially when you have your opponent coming off of that sidewall before the corner hits. Unfortunate for Tristn. I mean, he had to go for the boost. There's not much more he could do, but Sharif just read it perfectly, and a good bump right there from Sharif to make sure Tristn gets knocked off the play.
Sharif up. This is a dangerous situation for Tristn, but he's got a good read and a good angle to challenge from. So now, in what was probably a must-save situation, he completed that task. Now needs to score within, I would say, the next 15, 20 seconds to really give himself some time to work with, for as he needs 2 here. He almost only needed 1. Sharif dodges the bump again, and he's doing just enough, Mustache. He's burning just enough time to where he might be able to hang on to this 2-goal lead.
Tristn's going to put this one on target. Sharif with the save. Tristn another attempt. And I thought Tristn was, on that perfect goal line, but apparently a little bit too far back. 1-goal lead, 13 seconds left.
Tristn put that dangerously close to Sharif there. The placement wasn't perfect, but again, hard enough to get past Sharif. 13 seconds left. Tristn has a chance here, and Sharif just not going to give him any space. Sharif just going to put his lead back to 2, and that might just be it. Down 2 with 7 seconds left. Again, Tristn going to need an immediate kickoff goal and then a friendly bounce for the next one.
Tristn just not getting that flick is really what sealed the deal there, and it's unfortunate for him because had he gotten it, it would have just been perfect to set it up, but now it's just a little bit out of reach, especially now this was going to be an iSharif win in 4 games, like I said. Ladies and gentlemen, I finally got one right.
Mustache gets one right. I moved to 2-1 on the night, and oh, looky now. I think that puts Top Gun at 1-2 on the night. So we'll bring her in a little bit, but first a look at the final game 4 stats there, and well, they look about as what we expected there. Sharif had a kickoff advantage in every single game that we played. His kickoff percentage for the entire series at 65%, Mustache. And I mean, again, we harp on it all the time because we're a ones community, we're a ones event. Kickoffs in ones are brutal and almost a must control type of aspect.
Oh, no doubt. And I really feel like that and the mechanics that really both of them had. You saw game number 2, that was all mechanics to come out from Tristn, and he came out on top pretty convincingly, if I might add. So, you know, Sharif able to adapt and overcome to try to take down whatever Tristn has up his sleeves on top of the kickoff advantages that really helped him out, I think is what propelled iSharif in this particular series.
Yeah, it was a fantastic series, and again, such a pleasure to cast this high-level action with Mustache here, but we get to celebrate, and while we kick this over to Top Gun, I don't expect the happy faces that you see here.
Let's go to Top Gun.
You know, I still don't regret my choice at all. I know that I know that I lost out on the prediction, but at the end of the day, they were extremely close games, and I kind of agree with Mustache that it's probably the kickoff advantage. Honestly, I think they both kept up with each other's mechanics pretty well. Both brought out tons and tons of aerial play and flip resets and musties and all kinds of crazy things. Kickoff advantage is very huge in ones. I think Tristn still did very well despite not having the kickoff advantage, keeping the games very, very close. But you know, both fantastic players, obviously. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. The games even Tristn lost were very, 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 very close games. All of them were. They were very exciting, very close games, no matter the result. But if you voted for Sharif in the predictions, you do have a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. You know, if you voted with Bolts and Mustache, you have that opportunity. Congratulations to Sharif for the win. And you know, you guys, we'll see who got the final gift card of the night.
Here is Dynamic D's prize winner.